Our I-Team investigation into teachers accused of having sex with their students and their penalties continues tonight with new information surrounding the arrest of a popular football coach accused of having sex with a high school girl.
Fletcher High School teacher and coach Zachary Shawputt was originally arrested in May, accused of unlawful sex with a minor, but we've learned the state attorney's office has decided to charge him with a lesser crime. Shawputt would have faced a maximum sentence of 15 years in prison for unlawful sexual activity with a minor if he were convicted. Instead, today the state attorney's office charged him with child abuse, which carries a maximum 5-year sentence.
Now, this caught our attention following our investigation earlier this year, which exposed the reasons why teachers accused of sex crimes often receive lesser sentences.
Is there anything that you want to say in your defense about the allegations?
No, sir. No comment.
We tried to speak with Zachary Shawputt as he left court this morning after his lawyers entered a not guilty plea to charges of child abuse. JSO officers originally charged Shawputt with unlawful sexual activity with a minor. But according to attorneys familiar with teacher sex cases, it's oftentimes hard to make those charges stick. A teacher accused of sex facing a lesser penalty is part of a startling trend the I-Team uncovered earlier this year, where we examined local teacher sex cases, focusing in on the teacher jail sentences. Out of the 10 teachers accused of having sex with their students between 2012 and 2015, we found only 2 of them received a lengthy jail sentence, and it was the female teachers who ended up getting a slap on the wrist.
The biggest couple of challenges you're going to have is, one, a victim's willingness to participate. They have a flood of emotions, you know, and their parents may be involved, and there may be a parent-child dynamic. The parents want to go for it, and the child doesn't want to.
We showed former sex crimes prosecutor Rick Alexander Shawputt's arrest warrant and charging notice, which reveals the alleged sexual encounter occurred in October of 2015. But the victim waited 7 months to come forward. During the investigation, the victim agreed to wear a listening device while being monitored by police, where Shawputt and the victim talked about the alleged encounter, leading to his arrest.
Of course, the wire is an admission, a confession, really, and they can really get to a conviction that way.
Alexander says school-age victims typically want to avoid the public spectacle of going to trial to testify because of the high-profile nature of the allegations. It's unclear what will happen in Shawputt's case, but a spokesperson for the state attorney's office released this statement today, saying each case has its own set of circumstances and is handled on a case-by-case basis. After reviewing the facts and evidence in this case, as well as discussing this case with our victim and her family, the state filed the appropriate charges of child abuse. The victim's family is in agreement with this decision. In order to get a child abuse conviction, the state has to prove that the defendant knowingly inflicted mental injury or committed an act that could result in the mental injury of the victim. Shawputt is expected to be back in front of the judge for hearings on August the 8th.